Hello, friends. Welcome to Affairs Cloud. We learn to lead. My name is Vikas. So, friends, in today's video, we'll be discussing the most important current affairs of the second week of June. The questions will be very important, so do watch the video till the end. Hit the like button, share the link of this video with your friends, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel, do subscribe. But let's start the video. But before that, we have something important to tell you about. We have an app by the name Carriers Cloud, which you can go and download through the Play Store. Once you have downloaded the app, you will open the app and you will see this type of screen. In this, you can go and log in with your Google account, that is your Gmail ID. Then once you have logged in, then you will be moved to this page where you can see a window. If you click on the current affairs section here, then you will be moved to this page. Now this is where magic happens. This is the course where there are two courses provided by us. First, you should know it is of 1 year and 2 years. So choose your course accordingly. What we are providing and what is the reason behind that you should purchase course of current affairs from us, and what are the important details about it. First thing, you should know that we provide you current affairs in both English and Hindi. Okay. Also, we provide you here current affairs daily. PDFs are provided daily. The important factor here to remember is we are providing PDF to you daily. Okay, that contains question answers of the daily current affairs. They are explained in a much easy way where you can grasp the knowledge and do your revision. Okay, apart from app, we provide you with question answers. Then on every day we provide you 20 question answers quiz, daily 20 questions quiz. So imagine how much it will benefit you in your preparation. Then we provide you same thing for weekly. In weekly we take a quiz of 50 questions. Then question answers of week, we provide you a book. PDF is provided you weekly of the compiled questions of the whole week. Similarly for monthly also, ebook is given, your quizzes are taken, question answers PDF. Then apart from it, we also help you to prepare for banking papers. All the banking exams you can go refer to our videos and our courses here. You can see here the we provide you banking and economic quiz of 157 questions. Okay, then topic wise PDFs are covered. As you can see, we are making videos on indexes and reports, important days, the books and authors, all the events that are taking place in individual months. So these PDFs are provided to you and they will help you a lot in your preparation for journal awareness, your journal studies, as well as for current affairs. Then you can see we also provide you current affairs for state wise current affairs are provided to you. Apart from this, I have a gift for all of my friends here. If you use my code Vikas10, you will be getting a straight 10% discount on the purchase you make. So when you are about to check out and do the payment, just before the payment, you will be getting an option to use the promo code. There you can put the Vikas10, the code, and you will be getting an extra 10% discount on the total purchase you make there. So let's start with our video. So before starting the questions, we'll look at some of the important days for the first week and the second week of June. They are important and they have a high chance of being asked in your exam. So let's start. First is 1st of June. On 1st of June, we observe World Milk Day and Global Parents Day. On 2nd of June, we observe International Sex Workers Day and Telangana Formation Day. On 3rd of June, we observe World Bicycle Day. On 4th of June, we observe International Day of Innocent and Child Victims of Aggression. Alright, see, the important ones are, first of all, this is the Telangana Formation Day. It is on 2nd of June. Then World Milk Day. It is on 1st of June. Then on 5th of June, we talk about World Environment Day, and this is the most important one. Alright, 5th of June. Then on 7th of June, we observe World Food Safety Day. Coming to the second week is also important and we'll be discussing their themes later on. First of all, you should know which day is observed on what date. On 8th of June, we observe World Oceans Day and World Brain Tumor Day. This World Ocean Day is important. 8th of June, World Ocean Day. Then on 12th of June, we observe World Day Against Child Labor. On 14th of June, we observe World Blood Donor Day. On 5th of June, mark this is important. All right, on 15th of June, we observe Global Wind Day, World Elder Abuse Awareness Day. All right, this Global Wind Day is important because this is related to environment. Then next is your 7th of June. On 17th of June, on 17th of June, we observe World Day to combat desertification and drought. 18th of June, we observe Autistic Pride Day, and on 20th of June, we observe World Refugee Day as well as World Father's Day, that is every third Sunday of June. So mark this important. All right, World Father's Day, that is every third Sunday of June. Moving on 21st of June, we observe World Hydrography Day, International Yoga Day, as well as World Music Day. So amongst these, which one is important? The International Yoga Day is important. Do remember. On 21st of June, we observe International Yoga Day. All right. So these were the important days. Now we'll be looking at some of the themes related to it. Let's start. On World Ocean Day, that is celebrated on or observed on 8th of June, the theme for this day is World Oceans Day 2021's theme is the ocean, life and livelihoods. I repeat, the ocean, life and livelihood is the theme for World Oceans Day. Then moving on, World Brain Tumor Day, which is also observed on 8th of June. World Brain Tumor Day, which seeks to raise awareness for the disease. We'll take a look at its history, purpose and significance. Then if we talk about World Accreditation Day, that is celebrated on 9th of June every year to highlight as well as to promote the role of accreditation in trade and economy. Then World Day Against Child Labor, it is observed when? This World Day Against Child Labor, come on, tell me when it is observed. Mark the date. It is observed on 12th of June. It is observed on 12th of June. And the theme for this year's World Day Against Child Labor is Act Now End Child Labor. Alright, this can be asked. This is important. Alright, 12th of June is celebrated as World Day Against Child Labor, and the theme for the year 2021 is Act Now End Child Labor. And remember, this was first launched in 2012. Next is your International Albinism Day. International Albinism Awareness Day, that is celebrated on 13th of June to celebrate the human rights of persons with albinism worldwide. The theme of the day is Strength Beyond All Odds. Alright. Then the next is your World Blood Donor Day, that is held June 14th every year. The theme for the 2021's World Blood Donor Day is Give Blood and Keep the World Beating. Alright, Give Blood and Keep the World Beating is the theme for the World Blood Donor Day of the year 2021, and it is celebrated on June 14th. Alright, so these are some of the important themes and the important days. Now we will be moving on to our important MCQ questions of the second week of June. Alright, let's start. The first question is, which bank sanctioned a loan of rupees 3,725 crore rupees for the development of Noida International Airport? It is asked like which bank is giving 3,725 crore rupees for the development of this Noida International Airport. What is the name of the bank? So friends, tell me the name of the bank. It is option 2, that is State Bank of India. Alright. State Bank of India sanctioned 3,725 crore rupees with a tenure of 20 years. Alright. For the development of this Noida International Airport, which is being developed by Yamuna International Airport. Alright, moving on now. India exports in the May 2021 increased over 67% to dash compared to May 2020. Alright, come on, tell me. It is $32.21 billion. Alright, so the correct option is option 1. As per the data of Ministry of Commerce, India's merchandise export in May 2021 increased by 67.39%, 67.39% to US dollars of $32.21 billion against $19.24 billion in the May 2020 due to healthy growth in the sectors such as engineering, pharmaceuticals because of the vaccines India is providing, then petroleum products and chemicals. Next question. Read the next question. It is saying that in June 2021, Dash set up India's first international maritime services cluster at the GIFT city in Dash. Which organization set up India's first international maritime service cluster at the GIFT city in Dash? So, Gujarat Maritime Board is setting up India's first international maritime service cluster at GIFT city in which location? In Ahmedabad. Alright, so the correct option becomes Gujarat Maritime Board and Ahmedabad, that is option 4th. Next, which organization released the Global Wind Workforce Outlook of 2021 to 2025 report that focuses on the job market in the wind energy sector? I repeat, the organization that released the Global Wind Workforce Outlook of 2021 to 2025 report that focuses on the job market in the wind energy sector. What is the name of the organization? It is Global Wind Energy Council. That is option 4th is correct. Alright. Then if we talk about the Global Wind Energy Council is releasing this Global Wind Workforce Outlook 2021 to 2025 report with a focus on the job market and workforce needed in the energy sector or wind energy sector. According to this report, around 77,000 trained people will be required to build and operate the project installations in the 6 target markets by 2024. In 2020 alone, India installed around 1.2 gigawatts of wind energy. Alright, this amount of, that is 1.2 gigawatt of wind energy, has been installed by India itself in 2020. Next, which organization approved raising and accelerating micro, small and medium enterprise performance, a $500 million program to safeguard Indian MSME sector? What is the organization that did this? It is World Bank. Alright, World Bank Board's executive director approved this $500 million program named Raising and Accelerating MSME Performance, that is known by the name RAMP, that is Raising, Accelerating Micro, Small, Medium Enterprises Performance. This is a $500 million program to safeguard Indian MSME sector and it has been started by World Bank. Alright, next. Mark this question important. Who was appointed as the liquidator of Shivajirao Bhonsle Bank? I repeat, who has been appointed as the liquidator of the Shivajirao Bhonsle Bank? And it is R.S. Dhonkar. Alright, he is R.S. Dhonkar. Next, who was appointed as the interim CEO of HSBC India? I repeat, who has been appointed as the interim CEO of HSBC India, and he is Hitendra Dev. Next question. Who was appointed as the educational advisor of the World Bank? These are the recent appointments and they all are important. Alright. Who has been appointed as the educational advisor of the World Bank? And he is, come on, tell me, we have done this earlier. You must have covered this question in your daily videos. Alright, he is Ranjit Singh Disale. He is Ranjit Singh Disale. In June 2021, Ranjit Singh Disale, a school teacher from Maharashtra, was appointed as the educational advisor of the World Bank from June 2021 till December 2024. He is one of the 12 advisors to be appointed by World Bank, and Ranjit Singh Disale was the winner of 2020's Global Teacher Prize and also the first Indian to win this 2020's Global Teacher Prize, or you can say he is the first Indian who won this Global Teacher prize from India, and he is Ranjit Singh Sinha Disale. Next, in June 2021, the experimental advanced superconducting tokamak East project, or known as the artificial sun, recorded the highest temperature of 288 million degree Fahrenheit. Which country is conducting the East project? This project related to the artificial sun. This is done by China. Alright, this was in news recently and it is an important question. This China's East project becomes operational in 2000. This became operational in 2006, and from that time they are doing various research and experiment on it, and recently China has, or this artificial sun has recorded the highest temperature, that is of 288 million degree Fahrenheit. Next question. Which is the world's most livable city as per the Global Livability Index 2021 released by the Economic Intelligence Unit? What is the most livable city? That means the people are happy there, they are enjoying their life, and everything is at peace and everything is sorted there. Alright, so which is the world's most livable city as per the Global Livable Index 2021 released by EIU, that is Economic Intelligence Unit? See, from this question itself, you are getting a question that who releases this Global Livability Index 2021 report? This is released by Economic Intelligence Unit, and the city that is been given here, the correct answer is Auckland, and Auckland is in New Zealand. Alright, so Auckland is the most livable city as per the Global Livability Index of 2021 that is released by EIU. Next, which bank partnered with India Bulls Housing Finance Limited and IIFL Home Finance Limited towards co-lending housing loans under priority sector lending? I repeat, what is the name of the bank that has partnered with India Bulls Housing Finance Limited and IIFL Home Finance Limited towards co-lending housing loans under priority sector lending? And the name of the bank is, what is the name of the bank? It is Central Bank of India. Alright, then next. As per the June 2021 Global Economic Prospectus released by Dash, India's GDP was estimated to grow at Dash in the fiscal year of 2022. I repeat, as per the report of the Global Economics Prospectus released by whom? It is released by World Bank. India's GDP was estimated to grow at 8.3% in the fiscal year of 2022. Alright, so the correct option becomes option 4th, World Bank, and 8.3%. Alright, then if we look at it, you should also know that CRISIL cuts its fiscal year growth of the year 2022 estimate for India to 9.5%, from earlier it was 11%. Alright, I tell you, CRISIL's GDP projection for the fiscal year 2022, which was earlier 11%, has now been reduced to 9.5%. Alright, next. Who was appointed as an election commissioner of India in June 2021? Election Commissioner of India, who has been recently appointed as the Election Commissioner of India? Simple question. Anup Chandra Pandey. Option 3 is correct. Anup Chandra Pandey. Alright. Anup Chandra Pandey, he has been appointed as the Election Commissioner of India in June 2021. He will join Chief Election Commission Sushil Chandra and Election Commissioner Rajiv Kumar in the three-member top executive body of the Election Commission of India. Moving on. Which Deputy Governor of RBI was reappointed for a period of 2 years? I repeat, recently, which Deputy Governor of RBI was reappointed for a period of 2 years? And he is Mahesh Kumar Jain. Alright, if we talk about RBI, when was RBI established? It was established in 1935. Who is the governor of RBI, current governor? He is Shaktikant Das. And alright, and if we talk about the headquarter of RBI is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Moving on. In June 2021, RBI gave approval for the reappointment of Chandrasekhar Ghosh as the MD and CEO of which bank? I repeat, recently, RBI gave approval for the reappointment of Chandrasekhar Ghosh as the MD and Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of which bank? The name of the bank is Bandhan Bank. That is option 2 is correct. Alright, next. Which is the first Indian state to provide NFC based electronic identity cards to government employees and also the first state to launch DigiLocker facility for farmers? So, which is the first Indian state that is providing NFC based EID cards, that is your electronic ID cards, to government employees and also became the first state to launch the DigiLocker facility for the farmers, and the state is Punjab. Alright, next. Moving on. Which organization along with RMI India? I repeat, which organization along with RMI? What is RMI? RMI stands for Rocky Mountain Institute. RMI, according to RMI India, released the Fast Tracking Freight in India, a roadmap for clean and cost-effective goods transport report. This is report released by RMI along with which organization? I repeat, Niti Aayog along with RMI India released a Fast Tracking Freight in India, a roadmap for clean and cost-effective goods transport report. Alright, so Niti Aayog along with RMI, that is your Rocky Mountain Institute. Next, Power Grid Corporation of India commissioned India's first voltage source converter based high voltage direct current system between which state? And this was between Kerala and Tamil Nadu. Mark this question important. It is between Kerala and Tamil Nadu. It is India's first VSC based HVDC, that is your India's first voltage source converter based high voltage direct current system between Kerala and Tamil Nadu. Next, which country co-chaired the first edition of the Arab India Energy Forum along with India? It was Morocco. Alright, the first edition of the Arab Energy Forum was held virtually from June 8 to 9 2021. It was held under the chairman or co-chairmanship of India and the Kingdom of Morocco. Alright, so India was also chairing this or co-chairing it along with Morocco. It was agreed to hold the second edition of AIEF, that is Arab India Energy Forum, in India during 2023. So this will be held in India in 2023. Alright, next. Which insurance company partnered with Pay Nearby to launch a first of its kind 3-in-1 insurance scheme called Purna Suraksha? Alright, I repeat, what is the name of the insurance company that has partnered with Pay Nearby to launch first of its kind 3-in-1 insurance scheme called Purna Suraksha? Remember this Purna Suraksha. It was launched by Pay Nearby along with which insurance company? It is India First Life Insurance Company. That is option 4th is correct. Next. Which is the number 1 bank in the world as per the Forbes list of World Best Banks 2021? Which is the best bank? It is DBS Bank. DBS Bank, a lending financial service group headquartered in Singapore. Where is the headquarter? Singapore. Alright, tops the Forbes list of the world's best bank 2021 in India. It ranked number 1 out of 30 domestic and international bank in India for the second consecutive year. Lakshmi Vilas Bank amalgamated with DBS in the year 2020. Alright, you need to know just the headquarter, and it ranked 1 in India. Next is, in June 2021, the central government gave a 9th-month tenure extension to M.R. Kumar. He currently serves as the chairman of which organization? He is currently serving as the chairman of which organization? We are talking about M.R. Kumar, and he is serving as the chairman of Life Insurance Corporation of India. So the correct option becomes option fourth. Moving on. India was ranked dash in the Global Skills Report 2021 that is released by dash. Who releases this global skills report of the 2021? It was released by Coursera. All right, this is an online website or an online platform where you can go and take courses on various skills. On various means you can take in management, you can have a skill in technology, information and technology, in coding, in teaching, in electronics, or any department you want. You can go and do a certified course on Coursera. All right, and the correct India was ranked. What is the rank of India? India was ranked 67th. So the correct option becomes option. Let me correct it here. So the correct option becomes option 2. India ranked 67th, and the report, this global skills report of 2021, was released by Coursera. Next. The World Food Price Index reached 127.1 points in May 2021, the highest level since September 2011. Which organization prepared this World Food Price Index? This World Food Price Index is released by Food and Agriculture Organization. This is also known as FAO. All right, and remember, this is a department or an organization of United Nations. Next. Who received the Asia Pacific Productivity Champion 2020 award from Asian Productivity Organization in June 2021? Who received this award? It was received by R.S. Sodhi. All right, he received the Asia Pacific Productivity Champion 2020 award from Asian Productivity Organization recently in June 2021, and the person who received this award is R.S. Sodhi. He is the MD of Gujarat Cooperative Milk Marketing Federation. All right, and what is this? And sorry, the name of the person is R.S. Sodhi. I got confused with the organization. It is R.S. Sodhi. All right, next. Who was reappointed by RBI as the part-time chairman of ICICI Bank? I repeat. Who was reappointed by RBI as the part-time chairman of ICICI Bank? And he is Girish Chandra Chaturvedi. Option B is correct. Girish Chandra Chaturvedi has been reappointed as the part-time chairman of ICICI Bank for the term of 3 years. If we talk about ICICI Bank, it was established in 1994. All right. If we talk about MD and CEO, who is he? He is Sandeep Bakshi. And if we talk about the tagline of this bank, it is Hum hai na ख्याल आपका. All right, next. Who authored the book Home in the World? This book, Home in the World, has been authored by Amartya Sen. All right, next. Also, you should know Amartya Sen is the person who received the Nobel Prize in Economics. Another thing you should know that he became the first Asian to receive the Nobel Prize in Economics. First Asian. All right, and he received this in 1998. Next. Where was the 31st edition of India-Thailand Coordinated Patrol, that is Indo-Thai Corpat, conducted between the navies? And this was conducted between the navies of India and Thailand in Andaman Sea. All right, next. With which country did the Society of Indian Defence Manufacturers sign an MOU to boost bilateral defence industrial relationships? It was with Sweden. Next. What was the target year set to eliminate AIDS at the UNG, that is United Nations General Assembly high level meeting on HIV AIDS? I repeat, what was the target year that was set to eliminate AIDS at the UNGA, that is United Nations General Assembly high level meeting on AIDS? And the target that was set is 2030. Next, which bank launched Kavach personal loan scheme to provide collateral free loan up to 5 lakh rupees for COVID-19 treatment? I repeat, which bank launched the Kavach personal loan scheme to provide collateral free loan up to 5 lakh rupees for the COVID-19 treatment? And this is which bank? This is SBI, that is State Bank of India. When was State Bank of India launched? It was launched or established in 1955. Headquarter is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. All right, and chairman is Dinesh Kumar Kharaji, and the tagline for this bank is the banker to every Indian. Next, RBI extended the risk-based internal audit system for all deposits taking housing finance companies and for non-deposit taking HFCs with the asset size of dash and above to enhance quality of auditing. So the RBI extended the risk-based internal audit system for all depositing housing finance companies and non-deposit taking HFCs with an asset size of, what is the size of, 5,000 crore rupees. All right, 5,000 crore rupees. So the correct option becomes option 3. Next, which bank topped among the PSU's bank in fiscal year 2021 in the terms of loan and deposit growth? It is an important question. The bank that topped among the PSU banks in the fiscal year 2021 in terms of loan and deposit growth is your Bank of Maharashtra. Alright, if we talk about Bank of Maharashtra, it was built or established in 1935. Alright, so this bank was framed or established in 1935. Headquarter of Bank of Maharashtra is in Pune, that is in Maharashtra, and the MD and CEO is AS Rajiv, and tagline for this bank is one family, one bank. Alright, tagline is one family, one bank. Next, where is ISRO conducting a first of its kind initiative to implement satellite imaging and mapping for development projects? What is the location is being asked here. Where is ISRO conducting a first of its kind initiative to implement satellite imaging and mapping for the development projects? Where is ISRO doing this? ISRO is doing in northeastern states of India, that is option 2. ISRO will assist development projects in the northeastern states by offering optimum utilization of satellite imaging and other space technology for the accomplishment of targets. It is the first of its kind in India where ISRO is involved in an institutional investment of ISRO in mapping and sharing of data for development projects. Next, which country was elected as a non-permanent member of UN Security Council for the 2022 to 2023 term, representing the African and Asian states? So which is the non-permanent member of United Nations that was elected? It is, come on, tell me, we have also done this question earlier. It is an easy one, it is not that difficult. Which is it? There is 3. All right, first is Gabon, second is Ghana, and the third is United Arab Emirates. So the correct is all these 3, that is option 5 is correct, that all of these 3 countries has been elected as non-permanent members. Then next, who became the 13th Prime Minister of Israel in June 2021? This question is important. All right, because of Israel. Who became the 13th Prime Minister of Israel? And he is Naftali Bennett. All right, Naftali Bennett became the 13th Prime Minister of Israel. Then next, and the last question for the day is, and it is an important one, with the men's singles victory in French Open 2021, Dash became the first player in the Open era to win all 4 major Grand Slams twice, while Dash won the both women's single and double titles in the tournament. So Novak Djokovic became the first player in the Open era to win all 4 major Grand Slams twice. Alright, that means Novak Djokovic has won all the 4 Grand Slams twice. What are the 4 Grand Slams? Australian Open, Wimbledon, US Open, and French Open. All right. So Novak Djokovic has won these all 4, and name of the women is Barbora Krejcikova, won the both women's single and double titles in the tournament. So the option 2 is correct. Next. Next is also a good question for you. What does L stands for in the pencil portal of the central government of India? This is your homework. All right, this is your homework. You have to tell me what does L stands for the pencil portal of the central government of India. So friends, this was our video. I hope you enjoyed our video. If you liked our video, do hit the like button, share the link with your friends, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel or if you are new to our channel, then do subscribe because it motivates us to bring a better content for you guys. Also, if you have any trouble regarding login or payment or any other issues, then you can reach to us on our mail, that is support@affairscloud.com, or you can call us on the number 9677333862 and we'll resolve your issue as soon as possible. Also, you should go and check our courses that are available at a very reasonable price, and that will help you to boost your preparations for upcoming government exams. You can use the code VIKAS10 to get a straight 10% discount on any purchase you make. All right, so that's all for the day. Take care.